For $10 million, would you be willing to go to prison for 10 years? Back in New Zealand, I asked that same exact question to my coworkers, and now it's time to go ask the public. Alright, so for $10 million, would you be willing to go to prison for 10 years?
No. Even though I feel like with $10 million, you could do like a lot of things. My answer is maybe.
Maybe.
Depending on the prison.
Right, okay.
I don't know. That's really hard because, like, there's so many things that I feel like I've been, like, looking forward to and kind of, like, planning sort of for my future. I think I definitely would. I just think, like, with $10 million, like, there's so much that you can do with that. Like, so much good that could be done. I don't know. I just think it's kind of worth it.
So at first I was like, yeah, I would do it. But then I was thinking about quarantine and like I can't even stay in the house for like 2 days. I really like nature and stuff, so I would have to be outside and just make $10 million another way.
I would do it because like with $10 million, that pays off all of my student debt. Like, yes, I'm gonna be in college when I'm old, but then after that, you have so many more opportunities when you're educated.
I would have to say no. I would not take $10 million for 10 years. You live only once. Life is precious, and the older I'm getting, the more I realize how every day counts more. So 10 years is a long time. So I think it's all up to the person, like how they view the value of money, the worth of money. So 10 years is a long time, so I would definitely have to say no.
The answer is definitely no. Then I wouldn't be able to toss a frisbee with my boy for 10 years. That's reason enough. Number two is I've got a wife that I wouldn't be able to see for 10 years. I've got a kid on the way that wouldn't be there for the first 10 years. I've got 2 dogs that probably in 10 years they'd be dead. So you know what, for me, it's a definite no.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I would do it because I did 13 years straight and didn't get out with $1 million. So for $10 million, $1 million a year, in hindsight, yes, I would. Also, I would like to add, the younger you are, the better. Now I'm 40. At the time, I was 24. So age makes a difference.
Right.
Because if you young, ain't got no kids, do the bid.
No, I wouldn't. It sounds good on the face of it, but the way I see it, by the time you come out of prison after 10 years, your soul is so destroyed that how can you enjoy the $10 million? You would probably come out with emotional problems, physical or psychological scarring, and you blow through most of the 10 million trying to get over that.
For $10 million, would you go to prison for 10 years?
I don't think I would, no.
It's a no?
No. No. Like, for sure, no.
100% no?
No.
$10 million?
No.
No?
I feel like, okay, $10 million is a lot of money, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to survive 10 years in prison. If it was like $1 billion maybe. Because then I would miss like college and all of that stuff in my life. I feel like this is like such a fun time. I wouldn't want to miss that.
To the people out there who would do it for $10 million, what would you say to them that would convince them that, hey, maybe you shouldn't go to prison for 10 years for $10 million? What would you say to them?
I don't know. Like, is it worth it to miss out on 10 years of your life for money? So
would I go to prison for 10 years for $10 million? It's a no for me. Now, that's a lot of birthdays, Christmases, and that's a lot of people you may or may not see when you do get out. So, I ask my wonderful YouTube audience, would you go to prison for 10 years for $10 million? Let me know.